Ready?
Ready.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest episode of Snitchin. It's your host, Kristen.
And Brittany, get ready for the best part of your day.
It's been a minute. We took off last Wednesday and Friday, didn't have an episode. So it's been a week. How you doing, Britt? How was your
Doing well.
Christmas?
It was good. Yeah. I mean, hectic as always, but the boys had fun. And yeah, it was good overall. How about you?
It was good. Melissa and Ross did a really good job. They had about 45 people at their house and they killed it per
Oh,
usual. The idea, like, it's so funny. I was talking to my sister about this and she was like, the idea of having like one or two people over for whatever is more stressful to me. Like she's talking more like new moms that she's meeting.
mm-hmm.
She's like, that is more stressful to me than doing Christmas. I think because I do
Oh,
it so often and like everyone brings something and it's just, she's like, it does not stress me out, but I'm always continually impressed because I do not know how they do it.
yeah. Chris has been like, I want to host Christmas. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, Christmas is stressful enough. And I'm not a good host. I'm not like domestic like that. So it would be very stressful for me. But I can
Yeah.
see the point where like if you're inviting someone over that like you don't know or something, like another mom and friend or whatever, I can see how that would be more stressful too.
Yeah. I mean, when she said it, I was really surprised because I feel like so the opposite, but I guess I get it. And yeah, I mean, it's just there's no stress over there. They just handle it. So yeah, it was another great year. It was honestly kind of a tame year. Everyone left like a little bit earlier than normal, but no complaints on my end. You know,
Yeah.
Christmas, I'm always exhausted. I need like 4 days to
No,
recover.
legit. Legit.
Legit. It's just like you feel so full and lethargic. Like I literally just want to be horizontal.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the older I get, the more like holidays just become like, such a formality and like running around and I don't know, it just becomes less fun, which
I know.
stinks.
I feel like we've been kind of Scrooges on here this month about Christmas. Like
I
every time we
know.
bring it up, we're like,
Sorry, everyone.
but do you want to share your news, also your sad news from last week?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so about a week ago, I didn't talk about this, what did we do Monday, but my cat Lou went to kitty heaven. So that was a little bit of a damper on our Christmas, a little dark cloud floating above. So that
Yeah.
stunk. But Lou was actually initially Kristen, mine, and Heather's cat from Southie. We got him in 2015.
Yes.
And he had no ears. Like his ears were flapped down because he was stuck out in the cold in the that if people remember the winter of 2015, it was like snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm. That's when he was left out. And then we got him probably like March or April. We didn't tell Kristen. Heather and
Yeah.
I and Chris went to the animal shelter to bring him to pick him out. And I said, I want the saddest cat here. I want like one that no one else wants, but that's friendly and whatever. And that's when I got Lou.
Honestly, though, for being like a stray that was on the street for legit years, Lou was such a cute cat.
He was cute. And when we picked him out, like he was like partially shaven and like all he looked just grungy because he'd been out on the street. But he was so loving. And that's what they said they really wanted to save him because he had a good temperament. Like he liked people. But at the same time, Lou would whap you so hard if he had to. He can be intense too.
Lou in the beginning was not, he
Tough.
did not have, this cat did not have good habits.
No, no.
This cat used to poop in the tub, howl.
Oh, that was the worst.
We would come home. I would come home first and hear this cat on the third floor of our triple decker
Yeah,
apartment, just, wailing. And
he
then,
scratched a
yeah,
lot.
well, but like that's a testament to the home you gave him because he is such a good, he was such a good kitty now.
Oh,
And
I know. I know.
you really
After those
gave
first few
him,
years.
yeah, you guys gave him a great life. He was like such a G. And yeah, R.I.P. Lou. He was such a good kitty. He was a little dipshit in the beginning, but
Yeah.
you live on the street for 3 years too, and you can whap people when they walk by.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely realized like I was like, oh, I want like a really sad cat with a sad story. Like there are like things that come along with with that I feel like I didn't totally realize. Blue was probably the first cat where like maybe like 6 months in, I was like, oh, should I have done this? Like, should I have got this cat? And then I'm like, oh, too late now. Um,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he turned around. I mean, he really ended up becoming like Chris's cat. He was like Chris's, he was obsessed with Chris. It was kind of weird. But yeah, and now we just have Harry and Eddie. Harry's sad. He misses Lou, but he had a good life. It just happened very, very fast. I was
I
not
know.
prepared.
Ugh, I'm sorry. Rags to riches. Like,
Yeah,
way to go out a king. He went out on top.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're thinking about adopting an animal in need, this is your sign because it was well worth it. He totally turned around and was like such a loving cat. He was always around, friendly, greeting people.
So true.
Um, yeah, his I will never get a long-haired cat again though, because his coat, like getting him groomed, was the worst chore of all time.
He would
But
get
yeah,
really mad at like
I know.
it was crazy.
And he got kicked out of like so many groomers. Like that's why in the end, like I was like, I can't get him groomed. There's no one that will take him anymore. Like every single one in the area, which there's not many, refused to take him after doing it once because he's strong.
I mean, he lived on the street for 3 years.
He lived on the street. Yeah, that comes out.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. I could see that being like a one and done. Yeah, his fur would get kind of crazy. Funniest story of Brittany and Lou was there was one day I wasn't there. I think it was you and Heather where you
And
decided to
Gina.
and Gina and you decided to take Lou on a walk.
Yeah.
No shame. Full cat mom
Walking down
living.
Southie. Walking down the
Walking
streets.
walking down those streets with Lou on that leash.
Yeah, that was like peak. That was when I was like, shit, should I have got this cat? Because I was like so desperate. I was like, he's like howling at the top of his lungs. He's scratching. Like, I don't know. Does he want to get outside? Like, I don't know what to do. And I actually think it helped him. But the thing that helped him the most that I always also tell people is getting Harry. Once he had a friend, he stopped meowing so much.
Mm.
He didn't. I mean, by that point, he wasn't scratching as much, but like, yeah, he was just a totally different cat once he had a little buddy. So get two cats, not one.
Pro tip for anyone who might be having a hard time with their kitties out there, get him a friend.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think like we weren't the best neighbors around that time. Not
Oh
just because of
no.
Lou.
Oh yeah. We used to like sing Taylor Swift really loud.
And we would always leave our trash out the back, like the back
Oh
closet
yeah, yeah, yeah,
entryway.
yeah.
Our
Yeah.
neighbors hated, I remember they hated us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
in hindsight, I'm like, I don't really blame them.
Yeah.
But
Same. I still to this day, like if I'm watching a Taylor thing and like singing, like if I watch the Eras tour, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta be careful of my neighbors. But then I'm like, oh wait, I don't have neighbors below me anymore. I can sing as loud as I want in the suburbs. +1 for the suburbs.
+1 for the suburbs. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. But rest in peace, baby Lou.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. He was a great kitty.
Yeah, he was.
On a lighter note, let's talk about something that you'll want to talk about. You'll love talking about to lighten the mood.
End of an era.
End of an era, baby.
Let's go.
Taylor's docuseries. We watched it obviously, and I'm dying to know what you thought.
Yeah. Well, so wait, just to back up. So we talked about the first two episodes with Gina, but now we have to talk about the last four.
The
First
last
two we
four.
talked about, last four.
Yeah.
So yeah, episode 3. This one, I think this one was called Kismet. First of all, I loved the names of all of them.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Me too. Me too.
yeah. And then I think episode 4 was Thank You for the Lovely Bouquet. Loved that. But yeah, 3 was it says it's this was when the background singer talks about her mid-tour breast cancer diagnosis. So she had to like
Yes.
leave and then come back. It was Taylor's wardrobe evolution. So like most of that I feel like was about the Reputation bodysuit, and then it was about like the reset. So like the period in between European and North American legs, and like how everyone kind of took a break and then came back. 4
Well,
is
wait. Let's stop and talk about like anything from that you want to dive into.
oh okay. Yeah, I mean, I was dying to see more about the wardrobe, so I'm glad we got that. And
Yeah.
I feel like it's funny because I remember like thinking back, remember how everyone was so obsessed that she didn't change the Reputation bodysuit? People were like, "Oh, it's because her reputation can never change," and like reading so into it. It's because the Reputation vault tracks are going to be launched on this date and this time. And in reality, it was just because they like ran out of the fabric and they couldn't make it again.
You know what? That is actually an interesting call. I gotta say, of all of like the Taylor lore stuff with, or not even just with what she does, I pay the least attention to the outfits. I
What?
really, yes, Brittany, I don't like, I never know when she has a new bodysuit or it's just not my, like, it's not what I pay attention to as much.
Mm.
But I thought the part where the fitting went wrong for the rep bodysuit, to your point, was so interesting because I was like, how did they get this wrong?
I think it was like Versace or whoever makes it, like some big designer company, like ran out of the fabric, and that's why it took them so long to make the gold one. I'm like, how does that happen?
Yeah. Well, and the cups, remember
Make more fabric.
the cups for her boobs were wrong. They were like down.
Yeah.
So
Well,
she,
that was, yeah, once they made it. They
yeah.
couldn't even remake it until the end. It didn't, she didn't reveal it until I think it was in Miami.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was. I remember us being there. But yeah, no, that part was like cool. I liked that. And I feel like the costumes probably in person are so impressive because I didn't realize that they were designer, which makes
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
but I just
Yeah.
didn't think about that. I love in general seeing all of the backstory of
Same.
all of her dancers, her singers. Like they did a really good job, her whole team, spotlighting like one to two either choreographers, dancers, backup singers, or musicians in her band on each episode and giving their backstory. And each one was like really well done, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. I think this was also the episode where what's his name, Wiley or something like that, something with a
Hmm.
W. He like does ready for it, like he like fills in, swaps in. I thought
Yeah.
that was so interesting too. How like they were like toward the end, like some dancers just want to do certain dances, so they'll like swap out and like learn the new moves. Like that's so cool. That's so fun.
Wiley's this like dancer who's got really, really long hair and is basically like, he's a man, but he loves to dance masculine, but he also loves to dance feminine. So when he really wanted to do the Ready for It choreo, but he was the only guy to go out there. And they just talked about that, how like Taylor encouraged it, how she accepted him for who he was, like just never doubted him, believed in him, and like how that was really empowering.
Yeah.
So that
Well,
was
and
cool.
it was like that they were saying like ready for it was all girls. And he said something about like, I forget what he called it, if it was like a swinging dance or a flipping dance or something, like ones where they're kind of like flipping their hair around. I guess that style of dance usually is only performed by women. So it was like, it was like not a big deal, but it was just kind of like they had to ask Taylor if he could do it. And of course she was like, obviously. But yeah, I don't blame him. I feel like that would be the one I would probably want to be in.
Oh, same, same. I would probably want to do that or like vigilante shit because it was just so badass.
Mm, yeah, vigilante shit would be good too.
Yeah. And then I also on this one, I think we did get a little bit more Travis, Andrea, Taylor's mom. I feel like I keep having to like pause to be like, if people don't know who this is, like
I
what,
know. I'm not good about that.
no, I mean, but Andrea Swift, Taylor's mom, like was talking about how when Taylor and Travis first met, like she was the one who really saw the clip of Travis like shooting his shot with Taylor and called her cousin who is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, Robin, and she was like, "Oh yeah, he's so great. Travis is so great, and he loves his mom," which I thought was
Oh
so cute that they
yeah.
told that story.
I know. I know. I thought it was gonna be like there would be like maybe an episode or like half an episode that would be like a lot about Travis, but I feel like they did a good job of like weaving it in and not being too much.
Agreed. Yeah, I thought that episode was like clearly his episode, but they didn't go crazy. Like he wasn't interviewed. They had, interviews from her mother. But yeah, like I agree. I thought that they did a good job of spotlighting it because it was such a big part of the tour and obviously like her life and then life of a showgirl, but they didn't go crazy about it. It was definitely about the tour, not like their relationship.
Yeah, for sure. I can't remember too if it was like episode 3 or 4. They showed like when she dove into that pit, like stuff like
Hmm.
that. I thought was so cool.
Yeah, totally, totally. What was episode 4? Like the other stuff that was in there?
Episode 4 was also the Kelsey cameo. So that I think this is when, oh yeah, or no, it says behind the scenes footage. Oh yeah, this is when he was in Wembley.
Oh,
So they
okay,
show
cool.
like when he was at Wembley, and then the Sabrina Carpenter duet, and they sing like Espresso and Is It Over Now, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even make the connection, obviously, too. Oh, because she says like coffee dates later, espresso.
Yeah. So
Never put that together.
in in Is It Over Now, there's like a line that says something about like 1,000 coffee dates later. And then she intentionally did that and mixed it with espresso because obviously espresso is coffee. I didn't pick up on that either until watching the doc.
Yeah. And then the other thing was she talked about like how the tour was her anchor when she had difficult personal. She went through two breakups
Hmm.
during the tour. So yeah, that was the only other thing, which I mean was interesting. It's interesting to hear her acknowledge that, and it definitely like sets the stage for tortured poets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved the Sabrina part. I loved all like the thought she puts into the secret songs too. They don't seem that like rehearsed or whatnot.
I think the most interesting part about that is so, again, I'm sure everyone who's listening to this knows this, but like Taylor does two secret songs on every show and they don't, the crowd doesn't know what they're going to be. Yeah, I thought like the showing of the how she comes up with them was really interesting. And I liked what her mom said about how she couldn't do that. Like she's not creative, where Taylor can literally, like, you see her, and I've always loved this about her other behind the scenes of making the albums. Like you see how she actually like is thinking about these arrangements in real time. And she'll be
Yeah.
like, let's do verse, is it over now, to bridge of espresso to pre-chorus. Like she's like
Yeah.
doing it in her mind in real time, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's like she's in like a trance.
Yeah, it's just like how musical she is, just to be able to do that like on the spot. And I appreciated how they showed one of the like the mashup she did with Gracie Abrams. It showed her sending voice notes to Gracie of like what the arrangement's going to be. And even Gracie was like, I don't know how she's doing this. Like, this is
Mm.
overwhelming. I need to like write this down.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
thought that was like good context for people who don't play instruments. Like, I would have no idea how impressive that is. I felt like that kind of even like highlighted it more.
Totally. Totally. But yeah, kind of forget what else was in episode 4. I liked
Same.
seeing Travis at Wembley. I thought 5, so 5 was Marjorie. This is where they talked a lot about her, like the family legacy and how her grandmother was an opera singer. They have like that video of like Taylor as like, a baby like sitting on her grandmother's lap playing the piano. And what doesn't she say something like, oh, she's gonna be, she has the bug or something like that.
Yeah, she's like, Andrea, you got to get a piano for your daughter or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I guess her mom was always, or her grandmother Marjorie was always like very driven to perform, and she always wanted to like be on stage and stuff. So that's where like Taylor gets it.
That was the best episode, I think, of the whole thing.
I honestly agree. I loved that part. I loved hearing from Andrea. I want to be Andrea.
I loved that because like Andrea's always in everything, but I felt like they really gave her a lot of time to like talk on this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought it was fascinating learning about her childhood and what she talked about. She was saying how like with her mom being an opera singer, everywhere that they would go, like she would be performing in a show. I can't remember what her dad did.
He was like in a wealth management or something. He works in like finance, but I always forget they're divorced.
No, Andrea's dad.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember.
But because I thought she said something along the lines of like they traveled a bit. Maybe not. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they would like move around to go like for her to do shows and whatnot.
yeah, for her to perform. And like Andrea was saying that her mom at 8 years old she's an opera singer. And she'd be like, did that show make you feel anything? Like, did it make you want to cry? And so like her mom was kind of like learning how to be like, I guess, a support system for like an artist and could kind of recognize that like she's going to play that role for Taylor too. It was just like a really interesting bridge to hear about her childhood and like how it helped her prepare to manage Taylor in her
Yeah,
career.
yeah,
That
totally.
was so cool. And like
Yeah,
the thing with Marjorie is that it is such an emotional part of the set list. It's dedicated to her grandmother. It's really anybody who's lost a loved one, it's going to get you in your feels because it's talking about how people who pass on like stay with you. And they were talking like how we mentioned before, they highlight some of the background people, like the singers, dancers, musicians. There's one backup vocalist who lost her mother, Camilla, the year prior. And like it showed the behind the scenes huddle that they do before every show where she was talking about that. And then cut to like Taylor singing Marjorie and then getting really emotional on stage and like not being able she had to like take a moment, which is very rare for Taylor.
hmm
And it was just really cool to see like what really prompted that. It was because she sings Marjorie every night. It was really like the huddle where Camila like talked about it and what that meant to her. And then they kind of like made a connection and then she got really emotional on stage. So that was like super fun to see the behind the scenes for that moment, you know?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
loved that.
And I love how she was like, yeah, I usually like make eye contact with, is it Camilla, right? like during
Yeah,
the
I think so.
song. Like, I don't know, it just makes it feel like more human too. Like you're like, oh wow, I never knew that. Like I
Yeah.
whatnot. But yeah, I honestly love the song Marjorie. Like since Evermore came out, that's definitely one of my top Evermore songs.
Yeah, it's a great
And I
one.
remember I was surprised when it was on the tour because I was like, oh wow, this is like low-key a deep cut. But I love that it's become like it stayed through the rest of the tour and that it has like become a I feel like it's almost like a fan favorite now too and like a just like a special part of the show.
I think
Um
so too. I think because it's like something that literally, like, again, anyone who's it, like, it's so relatable and it's so moving. Like,
yeah, that's classic
100%.
Taylor.
I didn't think she was going to play it because just like Soon You'll Get Better, which is about her mom's cancer diagnosis, like she never sings that one because it's too emotional. And like
Mm,
she said before, that Best Day, which is also a dedication to her mom, is just really hard for her to sing because it's so emotional. So I kind of thought it would be like that, where Marjorie would be too hard for her.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's a part of the tour. It's such a good, it was such a great part of Eras.
Yeah, totally sneaky good part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else happened in that one. Oh, that was when we talked about Gracie Abrams. She was in the fourth one, right? I am so fucking jealous of her. If I could be anyone in that documentary, it would be Gracie Abrams.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I really resonate with that guy. I think it's like her bassist, Rom or
Amos.
something. What?
Oh, I thought you were saying her bassist Amos.
Maybe that's it. Amos. He was like, I've literally been with her since she was like 17, and like I'm just along for this ride. I was like, that's me. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? I'm like, whoa, I just like it's mind blowing to see like where it's gone today, but I've just been along for the ride.
I know. I know.
But yeah, like when Gracie was talking about how she's like such a big fan and like you could tell like she was getting like, kind of fangirl on stage,
I know.
just
It's,
singing the songs.
I love that. I love that. What's with six? What was in episode six?
Yeah, six was closing the book, the final huddle, when she does like so they like go back to that speech from the beginning, which was way less cringy. The in the
Yes.
end.
Yes. 1,000%.
They talk about a lot of it's like about the surprise song she did, like Long Live, New Year's Day, Manuscript. And that was another one where it was like bridge, pre-chorus, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And then, yeah, like it ends with it says like she was engaged, she got engaged. Like her studio album, Life of a Showgirl, was her biggest album yet. Or her Life of Showgirl was her highest selling album. And then at the end, it's like yet, which was, I thought,
Yeah.
an amazing ending. And then
I
it goes into
know.
Life of a Showgirl, the song, which I loved. I loved all the background music.
That's a good call. I liked when she said that it was the, yeah, biggest album yet. That was clever. I loved in that final mashup when she does Long Live and you find out that she changes the lyric. It was the end of a decade to, it was the end of a decade, but the start of an age. She changed it in the set to be, it was the end of an era. And I
Yeah.
feel like people loved that. And you find out in the doc that it was really her mom's idea to do that,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
again, like shout out Andrea.
Yeah. She's a G.
She's
Yeah.
such a
I
G.
mean, I'd want to be her too. So hard. Like
It's
when
so
she's
hard.
talking to like her brother in the car, I'm like, why can't I be that?
I feel like they showed Austin a lot in the documentary. And like we've talked about this as a sidebar before. I've always thought it would actually be very difficult to be Austin Swift. I know you have not felt that.
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, maybe I could see it with like another celebrity, but like with Taylor, like I
My
can't
my
comprehend that.
reason my reason for it is because like if you think about it, she got big when she was like what 16, so he was like 14. They like
Yeah.
I just feel like his whole identity, his whole life is probably just being Taylor Swift's brother,
Yeah.
which would actually, I feel like for a while, like really bother me. I think now that it's been like he's on her team and he's an adult, like, I mean, he's probably like, I'm the luckiest person in the world. But
Yeah. I
I
mean, he
feel,
can go out in public and still gets all like the good parts, the benefits, you know what I mean?
I know, but it's like, it's almost like he probably feels like he didn't do anything to earn that. So it doesn't like feel good to in for him, you
Yeah,
know?
I don't know. I feel like I would thrive in that role
You would. No, you
as
would.
like a
You would.
sidekick. Like I would thrive in that.
Well, but
Um,
I'm glad that they showed him. Like, and he seems to be doing great and like killing it with the team. You
I know.
know,
Well, maybe you can date him. There's still hope.
there's still hope. Yeah, definitely. But
Oh, the other thing we have to talk about is when she said that like they find a girl like picking out the kid that they give the hat to.
oh yes, I love that.
And she was like, there are people out in the crowd, like that I have out in the crowd looking and like find the kid who's like having the most fun. I was like, I don't think I heard anything past I have people out in the crowd. And I was like, what? Oh my God. This is like that's our way to meet her.
I mean, maybe we got it, one of these days.
Or like in like a tailgate before the show. If I was an artist, I would totally do that. Like tell
I
people to go out
know.
and find like the people having the most fun and like meet them.
I know, I know. No, I love the 22 kid part too. And she also, I love when she talked about that one kid that was like, said to her, "Is this real?" I love
Oh, I
that.
know. I
So
know.
cute.
I know. That was so cute. I feel like it must just be like it must be amazing to be able to make people that happy,
Totally. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm
you
sure
know?
that's like probably what gets her. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like I feel like I would do shit all the time if I was her. Like, surprise people or whatnot just to make like and it was nice. Like I feel like it's like there's a lot of bad things in the world and they hit on this very nicely and it was like good to have a thing like a cultural moment where like people could come together and celebrate and be just like happy. I definitely felt the happiness when I was watching it. I was like, "Oh my God, I remember how great this was."
Yeah, 1000%. No, totally. And they ended
Um,
it on a good note. Like they ended it kind of like talking about that. And I thought that, yeah, overall, I just think that the docuseries in general was like very well done.
yeah,
Very well
I loved it.
done. Like, I mean, 10 out of 10. They did a great job of like giving the fans what they want. I like everything was just really well done, I thought.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the last thing I'll say is there was a part two and she was like, why do we listen to like these young people like making cultural moments or trends?
Mm,
And like she was almost kind of like it makes more sense. Like I'm, in my 30s. I've lived life. Like I know I'm a little bit more wise. Like those are the people that we should be kind of like following and stuff like that rather than high schoolers who don't know anything.
yeah. I thought that was interesting too. Yeah. I mean,
You cried.
yeah, I did too. I cried a couple times.
Yeah.
I cried during the Marjorie part. I think I cried. I can't remember when else, but there was a couple of times for sure that she
Yeah.
got me.
Yeah. Yeah. The end, they like wrapped it up really well. Okay. The only things I guess I'll say there are a few things that I wish they talked about, and it is why there was no debut song,
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
why there was only one Speak Now,
Yeah, fair.
and I still want to know what Loverfest was going to be.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised she didn't talk about that.
Yeah, she could have though.
She could have, but like it was COVID.
Yeah,
I feel
no.
like that's what it was. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it would have been interesting to, I guess, know like the set list. Yeah, but I definitely wish that she touched on the debut part. That's a good point.
Yeah. And like the making of, I wish they talked more about like how they picked the songs and stuff like that, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm like, give me all that footage. Like, I don't even need it edited. Just like, I would watch all of it.
I know. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, it was great. Highly recommend. If you're a Swiftie, you'll love it. So definitely check it out. Should we talk about our book club?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So it's our book club episode. We read the house. What was it?
Housemaid.
Who was it by? Frida what?
Frida McFadden.
Yes. So we read the book and we also went and saw the movie yesterday. And
Hmm.
so we have a lot to talk about. Spoilers ahead. If you haven't read the book or watched the movie, turn this off now. But
Well, maybe we can give like what, like just like overall what we thought of it before we spread spoilers for like people that might want to see the movie. You
okay.
know,
Yeah,
like I thought the movie was good overall.
me too.
Maybe it was a little long, but that could have been because they played fucking half hour of commercials before previews, and I'm usually one who likes the previews.
No,
That was
truly, that was
horrible.
crazy. It was legitimate. The movie started at 4, and we did not actually start the movie till 4, like 29 or something. It was like legit
Yeah,
30 minutes worth of previews. It was a bit much, even for, yeah, agreed for us. But I agree. I thought that the movie was very good. I would give it like an 8, I think, if I were to rate it.
yeah, same.
It was over 2 hours, and normally that's something that would kind of be like a neg for me because I like movies that are like 90 minutes.
Yeah,
But it went by really fast, and they did have some differences from the book. But overall, like the I thought that it stayed like pretty true to the story, and all the actors were really good, I thought.
Yeah, I would say if you liked the book, you'll like the movie. Like, go watch it.
Yeah, I agree. So I think just like on the book front, I think there's a couple of things that stand out to me about this one. Like it's definitely in that vein of like murder mystery thriller, Gone Girl, Last Mrs. Parrish. Like it's all in
Hmm.
that same vein.
Hmm.
I think if you read, I think it's one of those things where it's like if you read The Last Mrs. Parrish before The Housemaid, at least this was my like exact experience. Like it's to me, it feels like the plot is so similar.
Yeah.
It's an abusive husband where you think that the wife's crazy and it's the husband. And you find out midway through the book, through the perspective change, that it's not.
Yeah. I feel like
It's
the only difference though was in the last Mrs. Parrish, like the girl who he cheated with, like not the wife, was like out to get them, right? Wasn't she like conniving? She was like trying to con them.
yeah, she was trying to like, I think, get in with the husband so
Yeah.
that because she had like a tough situation. So she was trying to like better her situation and like didn't care about Mrs. Parrish because she was like, she thought she was a bitch.
Hmm.
So I think in this situation, like, the housemaid, Millie, the housemaid, isn't,
She's a little more innocent.
yeah, she's just trying to like, have a roof over her head. But like, other than that, to me, it almost felt like the exact same plot. So that was like the only, like,
Yeah.
I read it in one day. And that was my initial reaction when I finished it was like, wow, I felt like I read the last Mrs. Parrish, even though I still enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I will say, I mean, you read the book more recently. I read it probably like May or something, so like almost a year ago. And I well, like I thought it was great. Like for a thriller, 5 stars. But like, yeah, what I tell people is I'm like, it's not, like reinventing the wheel. Like it's a classic thriller. It's a good thriller. But yeah, it's not like it's not gonna blow your mind.
I think one of the intriguing parts of it, like, is the fact that the author is a doctor and that she went under a pen name to do this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she didn't. I just saw. Obviously, my phone must be like listening to me because she came up on my TikTok last night, and she was saying how she didn't want people at the hospital to know because she wasn't sure what like people would think of it. She thought maybe her boss would think that it's a little like out there. It's just funny how like
Mm,
in a doctor setting, I could totally see that, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah. Especially
Um,
when like there are sex scenes. But I feel like her, so I've actually I read the 3 housemaid books of hers, but she's got a
hmm.
shit ton of books.
Oh, really? I thought this was like her only series. I didn't know that.
Oh no, yeah, she's got like a shit ton of books. I think they're all like thrillers. They're all like, similar, short, not that long. But yeah, I really liked the first two. I mean, I really liked all of them. And the good thing about The Housemaid, the second one and the third one, like you can read them independently or together.
Okay, I didn't want to say this, but I actually, when I first downloaded it on my Kindle, the first one that comes up, it
Oh,
made me
The Housemaid Secret.
the how like the second one.
Yeah, the
What?
second one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because my cousin Megan told me that her boyfriend Brendan ordered her the same, like, did made the same mistake for Christmas,
Oh,
and I was like, "Ugh, okay, that actually makes me feel a lot better because in like I think it was just like in the search results, like in Amazon, it's like the first one. So I read like 10% on my Kindle of the second book before realizing like I was like, I feel like her name's Nina. Like, when does this character get introduced? You know what I mean? And then realize my mistake.
I actually have a similar story to that. It was like 2 years ago when the housemaid was blowing up. I was like, all right, I got to read this book, and I started reading a book. I got like halfway into it. I was like 150 pages in, and I was like, "Is this?" It was called The Housemaid, and I was like, "Is this the book?" Like, I don't know. I feel like this isn't it. And I was reading the wrong housemaid book, so I read an entire wrong housemaid book,
Oh
and
my
then I came back
God.
to it.
That's funny. Well, you know what then? I guess, it can happen to anybody.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best of us. Yes. But I didn't realize that she had so many books. Yeah. I mean, she keeps it moving. Like, I appreciate a plot that keeps it moving.
Yeah.
And this definitely did that. I think the differences in, so book to movie. Well, which one would you say you liked better, book or movie?
I don't know. That's kind of hard. I mean, probably the book.
I think probably the book, but like I agree with you. I
It was a
kind of
good
as a
movie. Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of a toss up.
Yeah.
I thought there was, I mean, there was some differences. So like first off, like the character Enzo, who's the gardener who has like a relationship with Nina in the book, is like pretty prevalent at the end of helping Nina escape her husband. Really did not have like a huge presence in the movie. He was in it,
Yeah.
but there was like a lot of scenes in the book where the housemaid Millie is like trying to talk to Enzo and is like, oh, he doesn't speak English, like he only speaks Italian. They like very, very briefly touched on that in the movie. So that was definitely like a difference.
Yeah. And that was
The
surprising because he's in the second books more.
Oh yeah, that's a good call, right? Like yeah, it's so I was surprised by that too. Yeah. I also thought that I mean, not that I thought, but the other difference was the ending was different. So
Yeah.
it still ends the same way in the sense that Andrew does die and he does like, but in the book, Nina comes back to the house, unlocks the door to the attic, thinking she's saving Millie, and finds like Andrew dead. And he's been in there for several days. But in the movie, she opens the door and Andrew is still alive and like attacks Nina and Millie. And then he ends up getting pushed down a huge flight of stairs by Nina and dies. So, I mean, but you know what? When I think about it, like for a movie scene, I can see why they would want to have more action and like more suspense
Yeah.
when,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. I know. I was definitely looking away at parts for a good amount of it.
no, that's so true. Some of the torture parts were hard to watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Um,
ugh.
but I did love the part when she like locked him in the closet and it was like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, me too.
Revenge.
Me
She got
too.
her revenge. But yeah, I thought Amanda Seyfried was awesome. Sydney Sweeney, I thought was perfect for Millie.
I thought
And yeah,
Amanda Seyfried was like, yeah, I thought she was the best in terms of the acting. Like she really, there were some scenes where she's losing her mind and she was like really
yeah,
going for it.
yeah, yeah,
I also thought we didn't like mention this yesterday when we saw it, but you know, it was another difference. Well, you kind of said it. Like Cecilia, the daughter in the book, is definitely like more of a brat. She
yeah,
definitely dislikes Millie more than she does in the movie. In the movie, she's kind of a sympathetic character. Like she's just kind of there.
yeah. She's just quiet.
But they added this. They didn't have this part in the book. And I remember thinking that it was a good like touch point or a good reference. So they have her have a dollhouse and
Oh yeah,
you are clued in that that Cecilia does know what's going on because at one part she's playing with Millie in the dollhouse and she says it's the three her Nina and her dad Andrew sitting at the table and she says something like juice is a privilege, which
hmm
is the line he uses before he's going to like give a punishment. He says whatever is a privilege, you don't get it, so you have to be punished.
hmm
So you kind of get that she's clued in there. And then also there's one part where Millie notices that she's moved like the Nina doll to the attic. So
hmm
like she clearly knows what's going on. And I thought like in hindsight, that was so smart that they did that.
Yeah. I didn't realize. I forgot that wasn't in the book. That's true.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like some part too in the book where with like peanut butter and like she was allergic to peanut butter and they like tried to make Millie think that she like gave her something she's wildly allergic to? That was so mean.
Yeah, they did. I know they left that part out. Yeah.
Okay with
Um,
that.
I'm okay with that. The one thing I will say though is like I some of these listen, let me preface this by saying no one loves a romantic moment or like a love scene or anything more than your girl. I'm all for it. Some of these sex scenes, it's like the thing is they're just trying to be like the sex scene was like very graphic. You're basically seeing like the full outline of Sydney Sweeney and whoever plays Andrew's bodies. And like it's all well and good, but sometimes I just feel like they're trying to be graphic just to be graphic. Like
Oh, 100%.
whatever happened to like leaving some stuff to the imagination a little bit? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially because I feel like in the book, I mean, you can verify this. I feel like there weren't as many sex scenes in the book. It wasn't like Colleen Hoover.
No, it was like they go to the play together and it was a lot of like tension leading up to the first kiss. But yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't like super detailed on the sex scene.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like Sydney Sweeney. I think she's a good actor, but I feel like it's her. I feel like she likes to like have her boobs out and stuff.
I mean, she has like fantastic boobs.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a great body, so I guess I can see it.
More power to you. It's so true though. She definitely, yeah, does not shy away from a sex scene. Anyone but you. I think that she was like, that was also some pretty intense sex scenes in there.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh my God. I saw that
Um,
with Melissa and my nieces, and that was like the most cringe. Like, I literally was like
oh,
turning red
oh
watching
my
that
God.
scene. Yeah, next to
Imagine how
Sophia.
Melissa felt.
No, I can't.
But yeah, no, they showed like I think they showed her boobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, and I was like, I know that this guy's gonna be bad, so like, why are you wasting like 10 minutes of sex scenes?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just feel like I don't know. I don't know why I feel that, but like, I'm just kind of like, okay, this feels like it's just not necessary to the plot. And you're just trying to get like a really graphic like moment to get people buzzing and like talking. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's for like the 15-year-old boys that watch it.
1000. And you know what? I forgot about, you know, how like her and Glenn Powell on Anyone But You, the press tour, like everyone thought that they were dating.
Hmm.
There were rumors of her and her co-star. I think his name's Brandon Sklar, like Brandon something, but
Oh,
there was rumors that they were also like seeing each other during the filming of this. So that's kind of a pattern with her too.
yeah. Oh, that's weird. I mean, I kind of hate when they do that. Yeah, it's Brandon Sklenner.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
He was in It Ends With Us.
Yeah. 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 Oh man, he's hot.
Yeah, he is very attractive.
He is hot. Honestly, him and Enzo. Whew,
Yeah, well cast.
well cast. And last thing on this was they did use a Taylor song.
Oh yeah,
I Did Something Bad ending credits. It was
so good.
spot on.
So good.
Spot on.
I feel like we're gonna start to see more movies and shows with Taylor songs in them.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I feel like that's part of like why The Summer I Turned Pretty blew up. I feel like I already saw another like preview of something with a Taylor song in it. That's again probably Instagram listening to me.
What would you give the movie? I'm not the movie. What would you give the book for the rating?
I mean, it's hard because I feel like I think I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. Like it's good for a thriller, but like yeah, I'm not like I didn't like learn anything.
No, I know. Yeah, no, and I got your point. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Like, it was for what
Yeah.
it is. Like, I thought it was solid. I just wish literally the only neg is just that the thing is, if I hadn't read The Last Mrs. Parrish, I'd be like, this book was so wild, like
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
good. The twists, the turns. I just felt like I read it before, but again, like
Yeah.
I loved it. So I'm still gonna give it an 8.5.
I feel like I didn't see that twist coming though when I read the book, from what I remember.
No, I don't know. I kind of thought maybe there could be. Like, I felt like there was some, because I had heard there was twists in this. So
Mm, yeah.
that doesn't help.
Yeah. I forget what the second one is about, but now that you've downloaded it, you should read it. I remember being like, oh, that was good.
Yeah, I'm going to. No, yeah, I'm
It was
definitely going
different.
to.
I mean, it was different but similar.
Yeah. So,
I wonder if they'll make another movie.
but you got to give it a rating.
Oh, the book?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say 8.5. I would agree with that. Like I said, I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, this was a good one. I liked reading this one and I liked seeing the movie with it.
Yeah, me too. I know we should do this again with. Wait, what was the one that we saw the preview for and it's like coming out in November? I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, I know. Oh,
Oh,
Hunger
the Hunger
Games.
Games. Yeah,
Yeah.
we should do that with that one. I want to read that Hunger Games book.
Oh, you know what we should do is the Emily Henry People We Meet on Vacation, because that's going to be coming out on Netflix.
Oh, all right. Is that book good? I feel like I'm like on those type of books.
I mean, it's what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's quick. I liked it. I mean, it wasn't my favorite of hers. So maybe we'll browse and see what other maybe like book to movie adaptations are coming out. We can pick a couple of those. Maybe let's
Yeah.
not jump the gun. We'll let you guys know what we're going to pick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good idea. Yeah, Sammy also sent me a book that it's about like health and stuff. We could do something like that.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I could be down for that. January is a good
Um,
month for it.
true. True.
Yeah. But, well, that's all the time we have for you guys today. Thanks so much for listening in. We're going to be back later this week with a couple of great episodes.
Make sure to like us, follow us, comment at us at Snitch and Pod on TikTok and Instagram. Go to our website, snitchandpodcast.com, and tell everyone you know about us.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.